You should be already aware of this Zen story. A student approached a Zen master and requested the master to admit him as his student. And so the master said, "Yeah, I can. Please go ahead." So the student started talking to the master, and as the master was hearing what the student was saying, parallelly, he was filling a cup with tea. And as the master was filling the cup with tea, it came to the brim, and still he continued pouring, and tea started overflowing, flowing out. And the student asked, "Master, what is this? The cup is already full, and you are still filling it." The master smiled and said, "Yeah, like this teacup, your mind is already full. Where is the space for me to fill it with my wisdom?" So this story, almost we are aware, especially self-development aspirants, meaning that we need to keep an open mind to learn. Sri Ramakrishna, God realized person, he says very clearly that knowledge is hindrance to progression. Especially merely acquiring information and this undigested knowledge is a poison. Sri Adi Shankara also says this: Anabhyase Visham Sastram. Unapplied knowledge is a poison, Sri Adi Shankara says. So there is a craze for learning these days. And I have observed, as a self-development trainer and coach, I have observed some of the participants, they come with their acquired information and start comparing with what is being shared on the floor. And that becomes really hindrance for them to pick up new insight to the subject. So when it comes to learning, what is very important is humility. Yeah, only a humble mind can really learn. There is another interesting Zen story, which relates to the same thing. A student approaches a Zen master, and Zen master asks him to stand in the open space, and it rains, it shines, and after 2-3 days, the student came back and met the master, and "Master, how do you feel?" The student said, "I feel like a fool." The master said, "Very good. See, in a few days, realization has dawned in you as to who you are." Yeah, in a very lighter vein, it is said that the student must develop humility. That's the insight from the story. Also, another story similar to this. A student approaches a master, demands the master that he must be admitted as student. The master says, "I am not the right master for you." The student says, No, I am already a well-read person. I have learned from various masters, and you are said to be a very leading master, renowned person. I would like to learn from you. Please admit me." The master says, "I am not the master for you." Still the student demands, No, you should take me in." So the master says, "Do one thing. Go to the next room. There is a bucket over there. Take it to the well. Draw water from the well." The student goes over there, picks up the bucket, only to find the base is not there. So he comes to the master. "Master, I've come for learning, but you asked me to do a very menial job. Okay, though I'm ready to do it, when I pick the bucket, now I see the base is not there at all. How can I draw water from the well with a bucket which has no base? What is the point? The master said, precisely. See, either you should have the humility to believe what I'm saying and simply do as I ask you to do, or you should know what you have to do and keep doing. So either you should believe me or believe your wisdom. If you don't have that, it is not going to help anyone, so you cannot be my student. Precisely, that is the learning for us. When we want to advance or move forward in our learning, we need to be really very humble. Humility is the mark of a sincere student. That is why when people are young, maybe within 10 years, they can easily pick up knowledge and acquire and retain and recall and work towards it. As a man becomes older gradually, he is not able to learn as he could learn before. The reason being, youngsters have a head which is clear, which is not filled, whereas as people become older, worries, information, anxieties, calculations, intellectual attainments and intellectual assessment, judgments, these cloud our thinking, and so learning new becomes a problem. Therefore, if you want to advance in your learning, have the heart of a child.